Off the shelf, War of the States, Gettysburg, 1863. So I'm continuing on with the sequence of play. We did the order of battle. We rolled a 5 for the Union, 1 for the Confederate. Yeah. Added the Army initiative ratings, and so the Union. The Union win that, which means that they decide who goes first. So in this case, the Union want to go first because they want to get those units way down there up into the fight, right? So the Union rolled a 2. So I take the 2. Oh, yeah. So I took Meade. Well, I'm actually not sure this is right. Right, but I took Meade with an initiative of 5 on the far right there. So I took Meade's initiative of 5, subtracted the die roll for a result of 3, which tells me 3 formations can activate. Now, it just makes sense that there are only 2 formations on the board. So there's Buford and his cavalry force there, and there's Reynolds down here. So that seems to me, I mean, if I just look at if I go by commanders, I guess one is a formation. Each one, yeah, formation. But now I wonder if I was supposed to use Meade's initiative. Well, alright, seems to be pretty clear to me. You subtract that from the Army Commander's initiative. So it is 3. Now I get to some questions. I know I want to move Reynolds. Oh, I should point out something. I do not remember this at all. And so this is interesting. I wonder if I've been playing this wrong all along. I can't remember for sure, but for some reason this seems new. When I read, if more than one formation is activated, so the Union side can activate 3 formations. There are only 2 on the board. So for gameplay purposes, 2 formations are activated. So if more than one formation is activated, all active formations must conduct the activities of the action phase at the same time. You know, I used to interpret that as it's funny the language. I thought that they were just emphasizing that when you go through steps A, B, C, D, E, that, alright, so I choose Reynolds as a formation. And I thought that sentence meant that when I choose Reynolds, Reynolds has to go through these steps. Then he's done, then go on to the next formation, and the next formation goes through steps. Now I'm wondering if it doesn't mean that that you go through this only once, and that all the active formations do A, then all the active formations do B, then all the active formations do C. In a game design sense, I think doing it for ease of play, the first way is the way to go. But from a game design perspective, I think it's actually supposed to be all active formations do A and complete A, all active formations do B and complete B, etc. Because otherwise, you could have some interesting situations where formations are taking advantage of things that other formations have achieved. Which is not, I mean, obviously some games accept that, but I don't think that's what's intended here. But right now it all comes down to this sentence. If more than one formation is activated, all active formations must conduct the activities of the action phase at the same time. So, for some reason I saw that differently before, but now I'm going to go with they're all going to go through A, B, C, D, E, which again is not going to be as clean, but is what it is. So there's that. Then the second, using the player sheet, I just review real quickly because I want to get Reynolds up into the fight. So I got to figure out movement. How far can they move? What's their movement capability? So infantry has a movement allowance of 2. Okay, so it's either 2. Basically, it's 2. Or if it's on horses, it's 3. And if it's a leader, it's 4. That's easy to remember. -1 if out of command, -1 with knights. So then the question is, using the so how far can they go on the road? And it does say road on the terrain effects chart. It does say 1/2. So I'm assuming that it's just going to be 4. So I assume that Wadsworth here. Oh wait, I have to go in order. Beaufort. Okay, so first A is cavalry charge segment. I had already decided that Beaufort is actually gonna wait, take the first attack, and then try to pull back. So in effect, Beaufort's going to try to delay Hill there. So no cavalry charge. Then we have attached segment, not going to do that. Bombardment. Why wouldn't... Actually, Beaufort is going to bombard. So let's have our first bombardment. Okay, so the basics here are, here's the Union artillery unit. They are on a rise. So first things first, well wait, they're going to fire obviously right down on the Hills are infantry there. They share the border there. Okay, so artillery cannot move and fire in the same turn. That's interesting. Okay. I won't think too hard about that. But I want them to... I don't want them to move this turn anyways. I want them to stand their ground and try to delay. So... Okay, this is some long-range artillery here. Let's talk about range first. The number of colored triangles on the side there, that's the number of areas that this artillery can fire over or through, to, whatever. So five area range. No issue there. Okay, there is line of sight, but basically attacking adjacent, there's not going to be an issue. Okay, so basically they're going to roll, they have a strength of 2. It's the number on the left. You're going to roll, yeah, they did not get a 6 for a hit. So some considerations. Does the artillery, because it's on a rise, get any type of advantage in its attack or anything? No. No. It does allow the unit to fire over units and blocking terrain, but not the attack itself. There's no plunging fire effect. Now the modifiers to make it hit on a 5 or 6 are 4. Artillery is firing at defender's flank or rear. They're obviously firing on the infantry there to their front. Firing units heavy artillery. Alright, maybe not the most satisfying answer, but I don't see any references to any heavy artillery at all. So probably in the American Civil War, these are all considered regular artillery. Yeah. The next modifier would be defending units are densely stacked. We do need to talk about that. And then an artillery leader is directing the fire. I think I actually saw at least one artillery leader. I thought that the leader had a note. That of course is Lee, but I thought the leader that I saw had a note about +1 for artillery. So, okay, let's talk about densely stacked though. What's of note is that the Hills division there, or unit, is a strength of 7. All right, this is probably the type of information that you'd want to have on a player aid card, but basically you have your, in the rules under stacking limitations, stacking limits, and down here it has dense stacking. So if an area contains strength points equal to or greater than its dense rating, add 1 to the die roll for bombardment. Bombardments against that area. So that's what we're talking about. That would make 5s and 6s hits. And so we have town, we have circle 3 area, circle 2 area, and normal area. So let's see. Well, the area that Hill's division or unit is in there is a normal area. It does not have the, well, actually this map just has large 2s, and I don't see a 3 right away. Anyways, it's a normal area. It's a normal area, which means that dense would be 11 and up, and like we already saw, the infantry unit has a strength of 7, so it is not densely packed. Artillery attacked. I could actually, so I could also mark it to remind me that it can't move this activation.